Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a beautiful classic representation of the Man of Steel, the DC Direct 13-inch Superman Deluxe Collector Figure. Now this is not movie-based. This is not Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill. This is a stylized, comic-inspired Superman. Bold colors, strong jawline, heroic proportions, the definitive classic look. And honestly, this feels like a tribute to timeless Superman. Let's take a closer look. First up, the packaging. DC Direct really delivered something premium here. This is a large box, book-style window box that opens up almost like a display case. The outer artwork features the dramatic green cosmic background with bold Superman logo at the top. It feels powerful, energetic, very Silver Age inspired. When you open the box, you get a two-panel presentation. Superman on the right, Clark Kent disguise set on the left. And that's what makes this deluxe. It almost tells a story, mild-mannered reporter to the world's greatest hero. For inbox collectors, this packaging is display-worthy, all on its own. My first impressions, taking him out of the package, the first thing that stands out is the presence. He's listed at 13 inches, but because of the proportions, broad chest, wide stance, strong shoulders, he feels larger. This is not a hyper-realistic sculpt. This is a stylized comic Superman. Square jaw, confident smirk, classic curl. It looks like Superman stepped right out of a 90s or early 2000s DC comic panel. And I actually appreciate that. They didn't try to go ultra-realistic. It gives the figure personality. Let's zoom in on the head sculpt. This is a very clean, idealized Superman face. Strong cheekbones, firm jawline, slight confident smile. Not aggressive, not overly serious. It captures that optimistic, hopeful Superman. The hair sculpt is sharp with an iconic curl placed cleanly on the forehead. Pan applications are solid, the eyes are clean, brows are symmetrical, no major bleed issues on my copies. It feels heroic without being exaggerated. Now let's talk about the suit. This is classic comic Superman. Bright blue bodysuit, bold red trunks, yellow belt, bright red boots, and strong red and yellow S-shield on the chest. The emblem is nicely centered and has a slightly raised look, which gives it dimension. The cape is cloth, not plastic, and that's important. It drapes naturally, and it doesn't overpower the figure. The colors are vibrant. This is not muted. This is not modern, gritty Superman. This is hopeful, bold, primary color Superman. On a shelf, he pops. Now, just before I get into articulation, let me please call out one thing. I spoke of the bright red boots. Yep, my Superman does not have bright red boots. The reason for this is that these figures, these DC Direct figures, use a particular fabric for their boots, which is a plastic-like laminate that is that imitates leather, and it is lined with a foam, very thin foam fabric. And with time, these fabrics crack. So I started, when I was dusting my figure that was on a display like this, the cracks got bigger and more apparent until one day my boots literally disintegrated in my hands. Literally disintegrated into a pile of dust. So know that if you do display these figures, all the figures that have that kind of fabric will disintegrate with time. The only thing I have left now is the soles, which are hard plastic, and this is what the boots were on initially. Now, they were beautiful. They had zippers on them. I loved those boots, but the fabric just did not last or did not pass the test of time. Now, please, if you know of anyone who specifically tailors these boots and could, if they're for sale and somebody could do these, please let me know. Provide me with a link. I would like to purchase boots for my Superman because he is now without boots. So, cautionary tale when you take the Superman out of the box. Now, let's get back to articulation. This is more of a display figure than a dynamic posing figure. I mean, you can do some really cool dynamic poses, don't get me wrong. You've got head rotation, you've got shoulder movement, you've got basic arm articulation, the wrists swivel. It does have another set of hands, which are open hands like this, and I'll show you that on another copy of this figure. Don't expect modern 1/6 scale articulation. Now, he doesn't have he does have a chest swivel, but he does not have a crunch. Well, he does have a crunch. I shouldn't say that. He has a crunch, but it could be hard with the fabric to give him a really forward crunch. He has a crunch. He can stand in heroic poses with his hands on his hips. Power stance is a slight flight ready posture, but he's not designed for extreme poses. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I mean, this feels like a statue with articulation. With regards to accessories, this is where things get really interesting. He has a Clark Kent disguise set, and this is what you get. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Look at this. Just look at this. A full business suit, dress shirt and tie, glasses, Daily Planet style newspaper, and additional display pieces, and the other set of hands, the open hands that I spoke of. This is such a clever inclusion. It reinforces the dual identity concept. You're not just buying Superman. You're buying the transformation story. And visually, having the suit displayed beside him in that open box presentation, it elevates the entire package. It makes this feel premium. With regards to scale, well, these guys are 13 inches tall. This Superman is actually slightly taller than standard 1/6 scale figures, which typically stand around 12 inches. So when you place him next to traditional 1/6 figures, he does stand a little taller. And honestly, it works in his favor. Superman should have presence. That extra inch gives him a commanding look on the shelf. He doesn't disappear in a lineup. He anchors it. If you're displaying him with other larger DC Direct pieces or stylized comic book figures, he blends in beautifully. But next to true 1/6 scale figures, just know he'll have the slight height advantage. And for the Man of Steel, I don't mind that at all. Final thoughts? This is not a hyper-articulated modern collectible. It's not a movie likeness action figure. It's not ultra-detailed fabric tailoring. What it is a celebration of classic comic Superman. It captures optimism, strength, confidence, timeless heroism. And that's what I love about it. If you're a DC Direct collector, if you love bold, classic Superman, or if you appreciate display-focused deluxe packaging, this one is worth tracking down. Alright, everyone, that's my review of the DC Direct 13-inch Superman Deluxe Collector Figure. If you've enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in your comments. Do you prefer comic Superman or movie Superman? I'll see you in the next one. Up, up, and away!